When I get back to work, if I'm not snatched, I didn't do self-quarantine properly. During this period, we cannot afford for any screws to go loose. I'm not managing that well. Hi everybody, welcome back to Conversations About Culture. I'm Gina. I hope you guys are healthy and I hope you guys are really well. Today, we're going to be talking about the self-care essentials during this quarantine period. Get a cup of tea, get a glass of wine, and stay tuned. If anybody doesn't know what's going on in the world, I don't know which rock you live under. COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, has been all over the news. Coronavirus has swept through the world like nothing we've ever seen before. Whether we like it or not, this is going to impact our lives permanently. And even more so, this quarantine period is going to make us better or make things worse. So I'm going to share with you some of the things I've implemented into my life during this quarantine period, because if I'm honest guys, I'm not managing that well. I now drink wine on Tuesday afternoons. Pray for me please. I'm living and working in the same space. I haven't seen my family in ages. Yesterday I had a bit of a cry because I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Honestly guys, this has been one of the first times in I don't know when that I felt lonely. I feel very isolated. The people that I love the most I have no physical access to, and I have not been hugged in such a long time. And it's just so sad. I just want to cuddle. It's not a great time in my life. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. There's no sense in me coming on here pretending that everything's great all the time. I just want to be honest with you guys and share the things that have been working for me. And I'm hoping as they work for me, they will work for you too. So one of the things that I've done is cleansed my Instagram. There's been certain pages that I've unfollowed. I'm spending a lot more time on Instagram, so I need to filter out the things that I'm looking at. We all know that social media is highly influential, and now that we're in quarantine and we're spending more time in the house and we're scrolling a lot more, they're live, I just think we need to just have a social media cleanse. People that are not posting positivity, things that are not uplifting or encouraging, they need to be muted, unfollowed. At the moment, everything is so negative. I've stopped watching the news and I've stopped reading the news because every time I would go onto the BBC or the Guardian or the Telegraph, they're just telling me how many more people have died. I then go onto social media and people are then having house parties and things like that. And you know who you are, Mr. Pow Pow. These types of things are triggering to me. You see idiots on London Bridge all clapping for the NHS. I just think you can clap for the NHS. We all appreciate what the NHS are doing. I don't think there's any one of us that do not appreciate what the NHS are doing. You can clap in your house though. You don't need to congregate on London Bridge together and clap. You're just gonna go and spread whatever you have around. Please just stay in your house. My anxiety is slowly creeping up because I feel like every time I step out of my house, nobody's really taking this social distancing thing very seriously. I just feel like I need to cleanse what I see on social media. I don't want to have any further negativity because coronavirus is frightening me. When it first started, I was just like, oh, it's fine. Corona, come at me if you're bad. I just thought to myself, it's fine, it's far away. See, when it hit the UK, and I just saw all these people that kiss their dogs on the lips and tongue and don't wash their hands. You are the people that I'm afraid of. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is limit the amount of time that you spend listening, watching, reading things that increase your anxiety or increase your fear. Another thing that I've been doing, and to be fair, I was one of these people, so please forgive me. When we first went into lockdown, I said to myself, cool. I said on many occasions, when I get back to work, if I'm not snatched, I didn't do self-quarantine properly. I told myself my waist would go from here to here, that my bum would do this to this. I would have read 20 million books. I would have started my own company. I was one of these people that was applying pressure small. Day 1, day 2, day 3, it was all great. Day like 9 or 10. I wasn't doing my 7 o'clock jogs for an hour and a half. I wasn't doing my HIIT workouts in the house because I was then more scared. But what was happening is I was on social media. Everyone was like,
use this time to set up a business. Use this time to invest.
Would you stop pressuring me, please? I just want to breathe in peace. And you're telling me to set up a business and earn £1 million in 2 days. We don't want to mash up our mental health because we're trying to run this race alongside our peers. Not everybody is going to be £1 billion Instagram famous in 2 days. This is not everybody's story, and we just need to accept that this is not a period where we're supposed to be super duper productive or super duper complacent. I think somebody even said to me, Gina,
you've got no excuse to not be filming one video a day.
I said, whoa, pressure. If you want to sleep more, sleep more. If you want to meditate more, meditate more. If you want to set up a business, set up a business. Don't let them apply pressure and force you into a place that's going to mess up your mind, because during this period we cannot afford for any screws to go loose, because which GP are you going to? Which doctor are you going to? Exactly. So we need to find a way to stay healthy and stay in our health. If that's your lane, that's fine. You stay in your lane and the rest of us will stay in our lane. We are in a generation that are all striving to do well, which is not a bad thing. I think there's an undercurrent of extremely high expectations and making the anomalies in our peer group our goals. Don't feel pressured to overachieve, to do something magnificent, so that you feel like you've used the time wisely. If you come out of this period refreshed, with your mind clear, that to me is good enough. So another thing that I would say is just limit the amount of people that you have around you that are negative. We all have that family member or that friend that is always whinging and whining and complaining about every little thing. For me personally, I do not have the emotional capacity to take that on at the moment, and I need to look after myself first. I personally feel like those types of people suck the energy out of you, and right now we're in sort of like energy preservation where we're trying to hold on to like good vibes. I've actually muted my church groups. As much as I know they mean well, it is just too much for me at the moment. Not everything is the end of the world. Not everything is to do with like the second coming of Jesus. I don't want to be dealing with these things right now. If this is a sign that the world is about to come to an end,
What am I going to do about it?
it doesn't make sense to me to pump fear and negativity into an already hostile environment. I personally don't think it's helpful, but that is just me. So now more than ever, I would say we need to up our journaling game or our prayer life or whatever it is that you do to get things off of your chest at least once every 2 or 3 days. Not everybody has the capacity to listen to what you have to say every single day, and I don't think it's fair for you or me to offload onto somebody that we're close to. So more than anything, I really hope this video has helped. We're in this weird period in our lives. Any tips that you can give, please put them in the comments below. Do not keep these gems to yourself. And in the meantime, as always, stay safe, stay in your house, please. And I will see you soon. Bye.